Hey everyone, this is Anthony Vandegrift with Endtime Ministries, and this is Prophecy in the News. President Barack Obama is going to be traveling to Israel next month in March to be meeting with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas. It's said that he's going to be talking with both of them at the same time, and it's very evident that they're going to be discussing peace negotiations. Now, whether or not peace will actually be agreed upon, that's a question. But another question that we have as a result of all this is, will the confirmation of the covenant happen in March? Is that even a possibility? So, the Bible tells us in Daniel chapter 9, verse 27, that the peace treaty is going to be confirmed amongst a group. It says that the Antichrist, will confirm the covenant with many for 1 week. So the Antichrist is going to be a part of this group that confirms the covenant. However, note that the Antichrist will not yet be revealed as the Antichrist. He's not revealed until the event known as the Abomination of Desolation. So, with that being said, is it likely that this meeting with President Obama, Benjamin Netanyahu, and Mahmoud Abbas, is it likely that this will be the confirmation of the covenant? Probably not. However, could this evolve into something that later this year could result in the confirmation of the covenant? Now, that is a possibility. And I know one question that a lot of you probably have, I'll go ahead and address it, and that's, if President Barack Obama is a part of the confirmation of the covenant, wouldn't that qualify him as the Antichrist? Well, it would definitely qualify him as a candidate for the Antichrist according to Daniel 9:27, but that's still not enough to qualify him as the Antichrist. The Bible says that the Antichrist is going to come up among 10 kings who are a part of the Holy Roman Empire. So the Antichrist himself must come up from the Holy Roman Empire. I know a lot of people have said, well, he was born in Kenya, which used to be a part of the Holy Roman Empire. The problem is that argument really doesn't fit the case. If I was born in Texas and I moved to Alaska, got involved in politics, rose in politics in Alaska, and eventually became the President of the United States, I didn't rise from Texas, I rose from Alaska. Being born there has nothing to do with me rising to that position. So, like I said, the argument doesn't really fit the case. But let's get back to the main point. The main point is, what is the importance of the confirmation of the covenant? What is it going to mean to us? This is something that you and I need to understand. So here's a list of things that we can expect to see from what the Bible tells us once the confirmation of the covenant actually occurs. The first thing is the construction of the third temple. We know that there has to be a temple because the Bible says in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 2 and verses 3 through 4, that the Antichrist is going to sit in the temple of God. He can't sit in a temple if there's not a temple there. Another thing is that animal sacrifices are going to be resumed after the temple is constructed. Now, point 3 helps us understand point 2. The Bible says that 3.5 years after the confirmation of the covenant, the Antichrist is going to be revealed at the event known as the Abomination of Desolation. He also causes the sacrifices to cease at this time. So we know that sacrifices would have been resumed prior to this event. Now, another thing that happens immediately after the Abomination of Desolation, exactly 3.5 years after the confirmation of the covenant, is the start of the Great Tribulation. Jesus Christ taught this himself in Matthew chapter 24, verses 15 through 21. After the Abomination of Desolation, then shall be Great Tribulation. Another thing that we can expect to see immediately after the Antichrist is revealed is the implementation of the mark of the beast. This is going to happen as soon as he begins his reign and gets his power. Now, another thing that we can look forward to is approximately 7 years after the confirmation of the covenant, the Bible teaches us that the Lord's going to come back, He's going to rapture His church, He's going to set up His kingdom on this earth, and He's going to rule for 1,000 years, and we're going to rule and reign with Him. So this happens approximately 7 years after the confirmation of the covenant. So the confirmation of the covenant is a big deal. Once it happens, we're going to have a timeline of events that we can follow that are going to lead us up to the Battle of Armageddon, the second coming of Jesus Christ, the rapture of the church, and the time where Jesus Christ sets up His kingdom on this earth to rule with His church for 1,000 years. So we're going to have this timeline once this event occurs. So it's important for us to follow this event and to watch for it, because once it happens, we're going to have an understanding of the times and we're going to know what we need to do, just like the sons of Issachar were able to do. So let's keep an eye out for it. Let's watch what happens in March and what happens throughout this year. And I hope this helps someone today. Thank you again for watching. This is Anthony Vandegrift. I'm with Endtime Ministries, and this has been your Prophecy in the News.